Hello there, everyone. Judge Andrew Napolitano here for Judging Freedom. Today is March 17, 2022. I know it's St. Patrick's Day. I forgot to wear green. I'm catching hell for this already. I'm going to change my shirt as soon as I finish these pop-ups this morning. It's 9:25 in the morning, and in the wee hours of the morning, Jussie Smollett was released from a Chicago jail because his lawyers filed an appeal to the appellate division of the courts in the state of Illinois, and they released him. So here's what happened. We all know about this case. He told the police that he was attacked in a gay bashing incident. The police spent about $125,000 or $150,000 in overtime investigating it, and they concluded that he made the whole thing up. The prosecutor decided not to prosecute him in return for his paying a $10,000 fine and performing some community service. She was eventually overruled. The court system appointed another prosecutor. That prosecutor prosecuted him. A jury found him guilty on 5 of 6 counts of lying to the police. 5 different lies to the police. He was exposed to 3 years in jail. He was sentenced to 150 days in jail and a $125,000 payment of restitution to the city of Chicago to reimburse the city for the police overtime and a $25,000 fine. He was sent immediately to jail. I thought, and said it at the time, that sending him immediately to jail was a little harsh. You usually don't do that in a crime that it's not a violent crime. These are lies. There weren't violence. There was some violence involved in the so-called attack on him, but it was a stunt. It wasn't real violence. So normally a non-violent offender is given time, A, to appeal, and B, to prepare financial affairs and whatever needs to be taken care of while he's away. The judge didn't buy any of that and sent him away immediately. He left the courtroom, raised his fists, said, "I'm not suicidal. I'm not innocent. I have nothing to be sorry for." Off he went to jail. His lawyers filed an emergency appeal. Now, the purpose of the appeal is to get him out of jail during the appeal of the conviction. The purpose of the appeal is not to overturn the conviction. The argument on appeal was interesting. He was only sentenced to 150 days. In Chicago, in Illinois, that means about 110 days. You get time off for good time and good behavior and working in the prison. It would take the appellate court longer than 110 or 120 or 150 days to rule on whether or not he was properly convicted, meaning he could very well have finished his jail term and his appeal of his conviction would still be pending. So last night, the appellate division in Illinois said he's right. He has the right to be out on bail pending the filing of the appeal and their ruling on the appeal. How long could that take? About 2 years. Who knows what Jussie will do, but he's free. Here he is, walking out of the Chicago jail in the wee hours.
He's coming out. Uche.
So this is a crazy case. We probably never would have heard of it had it not been for Jussie, who was a former star of Fox's show Empire. In my opinion, he was properly convicted and properly sentenced. The conviction will be upheld. The evidence of his guilt is overwhelming. The jury disbelieved his denials. And in my opinion, the sentence was appropriate. But it's going to take 2 years for the appellate courts to come either to the same conclusion that I did or to find that he was not properly convicted and to order another trial. The job of his lawyers now is to find mistakes that the trial judge made or errors that the jury made and ask an appellate court not to free him permanently, but to order a new trial. We'll see where it goes. Meantime, he's out on what's called a permanent recognizance bail of $150,000. What does that mean? That means he signs a piece of paper promising to show up whenever the court system needs him. If he fails to show, then the bail will be $150,000. But right now, there's no bail. He's free, waiting for his appeal to be heard, which will probably be in 2024. Judge Napolitano for Judging Freedom.